Welcome back to another Out of the Park baseball stream. So we have finished the fourth season, so we're moving into the fifth season. This was our best record season, although the previous season we did win the World Series. This one we got bounced in the first round. We did have a first round bye, but then got bounced. So we have some coaches to figure out. Let's check the waiver wire while we're here. So it looks like some of these guys are injured for a bit. And we actually, I think we trade or we released him, maybe, or no, he was claimed off waivers from them. But we're gonna look for some of these guys, and they're a bit younger, like this, 24. We just go ahead and just throw some claims at them. I'm not too worried about that. Jared Jones, a little bit older, but actually don't really want. I guess he's on arbitration, so we don't actually have to accept that contract. 5 million is a little much for someone like that. So let's go to available personnel, and we'll look at available bench coaches. Um, Ideally, we have someone that's kind of good around the board there, so we don't really see anyone that's really um, ideally is good at kind of all three. Let's check our front office and personnel. We can look and see if there's anyone in our thing. So outstanding, legendary, average. What we could actually do, so, because I don't know how much it actually matters to, let's see, so average relationships. Let's see, current team. So actually we'll look and go based on relationships. Average, see if any of these guys have good relationships. So they have good relationships here. So what we're going to do is appoint as bench coach in Cleveland. I don't know how much the relationships actually work with this stuff. But we will see. We also do need to get a trainer. So that means that we can move him up, I think, to high A ball. Sometimes it's kind of buggy with this. So yeah, it doesn't look like we can move him to double A, but we can't move him to high A from low A. Well, we can look here. He's pretty good. So we'll point as manager for high A. And then we can look at Wes Johnson and appoint as pitching coach for AAA. Move him up to pitching coach for AA. And then it's probably the same kind of thing. We can't really move from the Carolina League up to the Midwest League, unfortunately. But Andrew Gordon, move up to, say, pitching coach for so I want to move him up. This so many, it gives you so many options, which, yeah, so, oh wait, there it is. There we go. So we can just fill in slots at the lower levels. I'm going to look here. Let's check our player short list. Move from all short list. So I wonder, because I tried to make Shane Bieber a coach, and I don't know if that actually worked. Because it didn't do it during the season. I was hoping just to replace him and put him at one of the instructional leagues. So we're going to look for Bieber again. So he had a career-ending injury. And I feel like in real life it'd be pretty realistic to, give him like a role within the organization. So there's Shane Bieber. Actually, honestly, a pretty decent coach. do we have any minor league coaches available? So we have a manager at there. So there he is. So bring Shane Bieber back. We'll give him a big contract. And then who was the other one? Jake DeGrom. I don't know if I actually made him. Oh, wait, I just saw him. So he's actually also a pretty good coach. So let's check to see who our other managers are. So we're going to give him a manager contract at the other level. Do the same thing. Just overpay him. I don't know why I'm doing this for them. I guess just for fun. But we'll look at pitching coaches, legendary. So this guy's perfect. Give him some money. And then we need 2 hitting coaches. Over to there. So we're not really seeing anyone that's too great. He's pretty good across the board, though. So we'll just offer him a normal contract. And then Joey DeMonte is available, but not for that level. Felipe Alou, we just offered him. She'll probably go with someone. Honestly, this person's okay. So we'll go with this. Move here. And then we just need a personal trainer or an athletic trainer. So someone ideally that. So we don't really care about fatigue recovery. So he's pretty good, and he has 0 years of experience, which means he'd probably be able to stay in that role for a while. We'll go with that. So then top prospects, see if anyone on our list is there. We have Jesse Kahn. It's up to a 5-star, batted well in AAA. So that's exciting. And then arbitration we can look at. Christian Scott blew out his elbow, so he's still out for 4 to 5 months. Could still be worth. So we have a lot of these things that we have to figure out. So Emmanuel Clase, we did bring and pitch well for us, even though he doesn't have morals. Gavin Lux, he's going to want too much money for that. We don't have enough money for that sort of thing. Well, Benjamin, he's just not. He's batting okay, but he's just not developing enough. And then offer him a minor league extension. If he had more potential, then we would. It's like someone like this. It's just not. Oh wait, we just change his position back to catcher. Oh, so he's still 2-star. So he regressed a little bit. We're gonna have to offer him an actual major league contract. Peter Haplin. Let's go back here. I think he's also a catcher. Sammy Hernandez. So offer him a contract there. Take off that. So actually has a lot of potential. Or actually is a really good catcher. Right now, full 3 stars. Didn't even realize that. Michael Kennedy's still young, so offer him there. Throw him a contract. A lot of these guys are just, just filling out with anyone that has any resemblance of potential, or if they're young. I mean, like someone like this, he's outfielder, 24, 2-star. Like someone like that is a dime a dozen as far as being able to find. so they're not really that valuable. Someone like this, 25 years old, 2-star. It's like probably not going to do much for us, but um, we can leave them there. And the Mano Classe is going to be too expensive, most likely. Shane Bieber, he's going to be $14 million a year. Josh Hader, Josh Hader, most likely you don't need to worry about bringing back. 2.5 stars, not really our dude. So Miguel Amaya is up to $2 million as far as arbitration. We do have that Sammy Hernandez, who's 24, hit pretty well in AAA and is a full 3 stars. So we don't have to bring back both of these guys. But someone like Cooper Engel doesn't have any power. Miguel Amaya does have a little bit of power, and it's only $200,000 difference as far as the arbitration goes. Kate Smith is still pretty cheap for being a 5-star closer. And then he's in a similar boat, so I think he's primed for a regression. And he's coming off that elbow injury, so we could potentially move off of him. Someone like Spencer Schwellenbach could be nice. Has a couple years of contract control as well. I'm going to just look around, see if there's anyone else that's particularly interesting. So he's in the majors now, but he did pretty okay in AAA, but nothing radical. Mark Turch, 27. Doesn't look like he was a starter, although did throw a lot of innings, so maybe he was for a little bit. Is really cheap on the arbitration. So I think Schwellenbach's contract is probably too much. He's a full 3 stars, a pretty similar player. So it does go up to $10 million. Maybe just try to trade for him just normally without Christian Scott and see if they want to trade someone else. I don't want to trade CJ Abrams. His average was below 200 for a while in the season, but then jumped back up. I think we'll go down to Mark Church. Potentially could be a starter there. See if we can get some money for us as well. So he's going to be a superstar for a while. He needs more time to analyze our offer. Alright, so we can give up a 19-year-old center fielder or a 19-year-old catcher. Batted 206 in high A last year. He batted 246 in double A, but batted 320 and 305 in about 50 games in high or low A. Made the jump all the way up to high A. Still a decent amount of potential, but so he doesn't really have the ability. I remember using him in spring training. So we actually just get $100 million. So it's actually like totally worth it. So we get someone that's currently healthy, that is ready to go. He just didn't hit any home runs. I feel like we just gotta see if we can get some value for him. I don't want to waive him. There's not enough of the boon. All right, Brent Rooker. Remember talking about at the end of the last stream, potentially looking to trade him. So we have a lot of guys that can kind of fill that spot, and he's kind of primed for regression, and it kind of saves some money. So we could get someone like him, who's just purely a relief pitcher. What we're going to do is look at a prospect package and see if the Red Sox actually give us actually pretty decent prospects. So let's discuss this and see if we get them to throw some more prospects in. So we're pretty close to actually getting some more from them. They really don't have a lot of good prospects. All right, so we can go right here and complete full 3-star potential. With Brett Rooker, he dropped down. Was at 21. He went up to that, but his average still 232. And I feel like he's 34. He's kind of primed for regression. Doesn't have a lot of versatility in the field, and so I think this is definitely a Guardians kind of trade to do. It's definitely a Cleveland trade to trade a veteran like this. And then we can just look around to see who else we need to. So someone like this, we don't mind if someone picks up kind of a dime in the dozen type player. We'll waive Josh Hader because we're not going to re-sign him. And then see who else. Gavin Lux, we can waive. So we're not going to re-sign him. Jackson Paez. Chest muscle is pumping around. So he's here for 3 more weeks, but if we waived him, someone would definitely pick him up. He still hit 22 home runs, still batted 259, so I mean, still pretty productive. So you're not going to go wrong with that. They just have a lot of guys that are ready to come up. Like full 3-star, full 3-star, full 3-star, full 3-star, full 3-star. So we have a lot. So we have a left fielder, a catcher, and pitching that's ready to come up. Cleo Watson, I think that's also someone that we could potentially shop around. Could be someone that helps us with the major league roster, but also we could see if there's anything valuable that we can get in return. Something like this. I felt like he might have been in our system at some point. Yeah, he was with us, so he's now 26 and batted 277 in AAA last year, but always interesting to see some guys like that were once just kind of relevant prospects for us, kind of find a niche. Not that he's really been at the major league level too much, but he's kind of on that borderline. So, I mean, there's not really, it's kind of a lateral move, so we're going to move a little bit forward. Then we can look at, I guess we can check the development lab now and just not put anyone in that's potentially going to be this guy we just drafted, and he pitched well. We're going to see if we can get him some endurance. He's also someone that we could put in AAA and just put as a starter and force him to be a starter to see if he's able to develop some more stamina. Matt McLean, 39 home runs, MVP type things. We have enough for him now. We need to. I'm going to go down to 33. Actually, let's just go to 30, see if that even works. So what's a 9-year contract? We'll do 7 years for 30 and give you all the options. Do 7 years and take off, do 33. And then we already re-signed Riley Green to a long-term contract, which maybe not the smartest thing. But he had 32 home runs. It's actually bonkers with 50 power. Guy's a beast. We're just going to keep training his power. Why not? Walker Jenkins will do the same thing. Improve. See if we can add a pitch to his arsenal. How many home runs did he end up with? 19. So it's crazy. He has the same power as Jason Churio and had half the home runs. Angel Martinez had 10. We're trying to give him some power. And we'll leave Jose alone. We'll leave Jose alone. All right, so look at our AAA guys. Apparently are all beasts as well. So he's going to be ready to go up. He's ready to go up. We're going to put him in the lab and try to get him some power. Promote him up. Do the same thing. More power, more better. And then any with him, I don't know. Pitch movement. Dean Curley has got some power as well. So we'll move him power potential. Peter Haplin. Give him some of the juice. Take off the strategy. Look here. Give him some power. We have so many guys that potentially could come up. He's so good in the outfield, my goodness. All right, we're going to set his position to left field. Where's he at? Movement, maybe. Take off his strategy. Seeing how he's a fantastic utility man. He is super close. Also like how it says development risk is super high, but he is honestly super valuable even right now. So we're going to set his position. I believe his original was second base. And this is power potential, his eye potential side. We're going to see if we can get him some more power. All right, let's go to prospects. Then we'll go here. So Jesse Kahn. I believe he is also potentially, so he is a big utility man, or relatively decent utility man. Set his position at first. Leave it there. All right, so he is just a first baseman, but someone that we can look at. So we can go gap power. Some of these guys with like 80 potential, there's not really much of a point of going too crazy with the other spots. So I'm trying to get him some more power. Javier, some left field, some right field, some first base. So set his position to right field. He's out for 4 days. Can we not put him in? That's kind of goofy. So we'll probably just honestly leave that spot open for him for a couple of days. Someone like Travis Drake needs some contact work, some power, and then improve pitch arsenal, power, We'll leave 2 slots open for John Mitchell and for Javier. There, control, power, and then just kind of even across the board. So we'll go with stuff. It's not on there. What's his velocity? Let's go with pitch movement. Alright, he's already sent, I guess. David Mena. We'll go with gap power for him. It's basically my philosophy with this is just to kind of look at the main just increasing power, and if they're kind of like him, 75 power potential, just trying to look for another category to potentially look at. So it's not like a guarantee, obviously, that they increase. I think I did fill out actually the whole player development thing. I mean, we have enough of these. I suppose we have a lot of like 4-star people that we did put in, so I'm fine with that. What also is our 10th out of 30? I feel like we have a better. I feel like our farm system's actually pretty good. Also, like how teams are claiming players that are going to be free agents. Just honestly, it's kind of weird, but it is what it is. All right. Don't know why you claim him. He doesn't have a contract. Or does he? I think his contract expires. I guess just to get the rights to sign him. Whatever works for him. Nick Kurtz is on the waiver wire. I guess he didn't work out in this universe. Let's go ahead and release him. Actually never made it to the majors. That's kind of fun. Close that. But I did start this file at the beginning of the I think it was the 2025 season, so it starts at the beginning of the season. And so I guess he just didn't. I mean, he's batting well in AAA. I guess they just don't want to give him the chance up there, but not really interested in him as well. There's just not much there that we're going to be able to use that's going to be that useful based on the position that he plays. All right, we'll look at staff, pending offers. We're about good. All right, he reacted to the contract. Can you just sign it? All right, good. Top fielders, Jason Turrio. He's actually just a beast. I'm very curious if he continues to hit like that. I wouldn't be surprised if his home runs drop down a lot. But right. Shop him around. So we can get a 24-year-old pitcher, which Could be more useful to have in our farm system than a 29-year-old catcher who, hits okay, but we kind of have two guys ahead of him. So I think we'll make that trade. Ricardo Ramirez, 19-year-old first baseman with some power potential. We'll go with him. I guess they want more. I don't really want to give up more. Go back. Take the first baseman. They're greedy. What is this? Why do they want so much? I guess we'll just give you Zach Petty. Struggled. Whatever. Let me see if anyone wants Cooper. Even though we put him on waivers and then... Oh my goodness. They want to give us a full four-star closer. I guess teams like him a little bit more than Miguel Amaya. In his 6 games that he played in the major league level last year. So if we get Ryan Walker, that would kind of negate the need to try to re-sign Emmanuel Clase. But people are big fans of Cooper, apparently. They pitched terribly last year. Tyler Freeman's been plugging right along for a while. I don't know, I kind of feel like it makes some sense for us. Here you're back. I don't know, heard like a microwave beep. Not sure what that was, but it is what it is. I mean, our team got better, so we're gonna go to $50. Even though the result wasn't as good. Overall record, almost a 55% win rate. Should only go up more as we continue to have more and more successful seasons. We get skipper of the year. Two guys that got silver sluggers. Forgot about re-signing Mr. Bybee. Be 3 years of the player option at the pay rate that you want. That's actually pretty reasonable. Emmanuel Clase, despite his bad morals, we'll give you a 1-year deal. 15. 1 year. We'll give you 16. Alright, don't really care that much about re-signing if you don't want to negotiate. Clown. Um, Can't hurt. I mean, $13 million is like nothing. So we just look to see if there's anyone interesting. Not really. Free HC is pretty weak right now. Impossible. Who's impossible? Oh, Josh Hader. Unfortunate for that guy. We're not trying to. I also like how the A's claimed him, but then didn't resign him. No problem. It's pretty funny. He's 41, still hammering along. Wants $29 million. $30 million a year is absurd. I'm not actually gonna. I have a feeling Emmanuel's not gonna immediately sign. He's gonna negotiate. Even if it says he favors the offer, I don't really care. Yeah, you can go sign with the Yankees. Actually, it'd be hilarious if Manuel signs it. I'll offer you one more time. Not too interested in signing him. Yeah, you can go sign with Cincinnati. International amateurs. We need to start putting people up in here. All right. All right. So we got that. Mason Miller, he's on the trading block. Not too much. Naylor's back on the trading block. Poor guy. It was about a little bit more productive for them, but not much. Not by much. All right, 40-man roster. We're all full. Go ahead and just waive him. Is there anyone else that doesn't have... Man. I wish you could just like 50-50 shot and give someone just roids. They either get banned or they either turn into a superstar. That would just be a funny mechanic. I guess I could add that in, just like flip a coin. Alright. Oh wow, we need to actually... so these are the 4 players we need to protect. So we need to move some guys. Well, this is going to be unpopular, but we're going to waive and designate Jose for assignment. So we actually can replace him. Now he's 25. We can't keep holding him on the 40-man. Just got to be done. don't want to necessarily put him there. All right, we can actually risk it with him to protect that guy. Is there anyone else on our team that we could look at the trade? His clear waiver is unfortunate. All right, well, I think everyone there cleared waivers. Is this game better than MLB The Show? If you want more accurate simulations and more in-depth like roster management, then this is better. But if you like playing an actual baseball game, then MLB The Show is better. What's nice about a game like this, it's on the computer. MLB Show, a lot of new games are just not available on the computer, which is obnoxious. He doesn't want to go to AAA, understandably. It's obnoxious because they just don't want to put it on Steam or whatever to let people actually fully play it. And Travis Bethany is someone that we could potentially trade as well. I think Sam Hedges might be the odd man out. But no, I mean, and I do think the simulation on here is more accurate than MLB The Show. Anytime I watch anyone play that game, it just everyone gets better at such a ridiculous rate that it's just kind of goofy. And here it's like you can manipulate things certain ways, but you're not going to. Not everyone develops. You have guys that just never develop. Who are the 4 players that are unprotected? Oh. Keep him on the roster. Not really concerned about anyone else getting picked in the draft. But yeah, I mean, if MLB The Show had. What's funny is a game like this could integrate itself in MLB The Show if they wanted to go on PC really well, to where you have the ability to like be really in depth with what you're doing as far as player development. But I don't even think MLB The Show has. I don't really want to pick someone. I mean, like they're decent relievers, but they don't have all levels of minor league baseball. So that means is I don't think they go below. I don't know if they have single A even. It's unfortunate, but we just couldn't protect everyone. Yeah, what's nice with this is it's not a very computer intensive system. So if you were to play it, you could play it on basically any computer. So you don't need like a gaming PC. After like several years into the file that I'm in, it can at different times get slower. Or if you play for like, I think what happens, and I'm not exactly sure, but if I were to play for like 3 hours, it progressively gets slower, like how I'm clicking around and I'm just immediately going to all the screens. But like coming in, like resetting or coming out of the game and then going back in, it tends to run really well, but it's not a very system intensive game. It's also nice. I made a Class A sign. That's funny. What's also nice is that like it's not like there's no time limit or anything, so you're not like you can do it, have another tab. Like I have two screens, which is nice to have because and sometimes if I'm not streaming, um, they have single leg, nothing lower, yeah. But if I'm not streaming, then I could be doing something on the other screen. Watching a YouTube video or something. Like it's not something that you have to be 100% locked in and doing the whole time to get the value out of it or to do it productively, I should say. All right, we're going to wait Jacob Cozart and Emmanuel there. But I enjoy it because it's more like I wish there was a component where you could play the games a little bit better because like there is like you can manage like active games, but it's kind of cartoony graphics, and I'll do sometimes for like bigger games. So it's definitely much more focused on the management versus the actual like gameplay entirely. But I mean, it's fully licensed with all the MLB stuff, so you have all of the when you start out all of the accurate players. It's pretty crazy like how in depth like it has like every player for every franchise in from every level. So this let me see. So if I go to manage the roster, so we have the major league roster, triple A, single A, high A, low A, and then the instructional leagues. You also could have the international complex, but I have that turned off. It just gets kind of annoying because you get a bunch of just random 16-year-olds that don't have potential. But like there is as much depth into it as you can have, and there's just a lot that you can do, and it gives you a lot of options to do more or less. Like you could really just leave your minor league system to kind of passively develop, and or you can be super involved in it and moving players up and down. Um, so there's a lot of options with that. I'm taking a more active role in the minor league development and trying to move guys around a little bit and seeing how that works versus letting the AI move players up and down. Um, I found success with both because you can set different things to automation. There's international amateurs that you can sign, scouting, drafting, all that stuff. I'm making like this for the story of it. Make the story out of people in a good, very good, and get brought up. Yeah, and it's like you could follow individual players. So like how I'm scouting all these guys. Like if I'm able to sign, I don't think I can sign anyone yet, but like how I'm able to sign any of these guys, um, then let's see, we have you could track their progress too, and there's a lot of like player development tracking as well that you can do. So like Jesse Kahn, like if you just keep track of who your prospects are, you can kind of see. And I've been talking like a guy like this is actually a good example. So I've been talking about Eli Wiltz for a little while. He was drafted originally by the Washington Nationals, I believe, first overall. Um, yeah, first overall in the 2025 draft. I was able to trade him along with Christian Scott, who I no longer have, and CJ Abrams for Adley Rushman, Tyler O'Neill, and Marty Alfredo, who's a good prospect still. But what I've been developing with him is you can see now he can play multiple positions. He's basically a utility man. And so he has good abilities to play every position. And that's something you can kind of do within the game pretty easily. You can keep moving guys around to positions, and if they have the ability to do it, they just kind of develop, potential out of this rating. And then like he's two stars right now. So if he got to 2.5, like he'd potentially be ready for some major league bats. You can set your budgets and stuff like that. And it's nice because like you can go like really in depth with it, or you can just set things passively. So if I go here to like options, I currently have setting player development focus to the assistant general manager and then I'm following the first year draft combine with the scouting director, and I have everything else besides the lineups and stuff down there for minor league teams to set. So the minor league managers will set the lineups and the development focus of the players, but like assigning instructional rules, minor league personnel, sometimes with international amateurs, I would let the AI do that, but I'm finding that it's a little bit more effective for just me to try to sign one or two good international players, and then controlling all of this stuff as well, development lab, player strategies, a lot of that stuff just kind of, you don't really need to manipulate too much, but it's there. And it's kind of random at times too. Like I feel like, and honestly, for a game like this, I think the next step is to be able to create data for analytics that are available at the major league level that aren't available on here yet. So like exit velocity and having that impact how players develop. So I was watching a video by someone, I think his name is I Like Data, but he was talking about baseball players for pitchers and hitters and kind of things that correlate to potential. Um, okay, 7 years. I didn't realize I didn't have that changed. Let's go to game options. I thought I had most things. Active roster size, no. Expansion's fine. Team nickname. Okay, so I shouldn't have. Change that back. $6 years. All right, so it's 1 year different. So I'm gonna look to see if I can even find that setting. Oh yeah, you can manipulate and you can go really in depth. So you can change schedules. You can add teams in. So you can make your own awards. You can change the name of the awards. You could go in and change all the names of the players and change the ratings, and sometimes like you can correct things a lot easier too, because I have complained about this in the past because it has been an issue. But sometimes when you're in the roster, if I say I wanted to release these three guys, sometimes it randomly releases someone on your major league roster, but you can go in into commissioner mode, which allows you to kind of control everything, and you can change stuff like that. So it just gives you a lot of customization, and it's something that, honestly, it's the direction that MLB The Show and all these sports games should go, to allow you to have more control and to, add more information into the game. Um, there's no reason not to. They have enough. I mean, like they can work, they could collaborate with a company like this and get all the data in, or get all the mechanisms that create the data in. We're just gonna. We just don't have space to claim these guys, but we just keep doing it. We just keep doing it. We're psychopaths like that. All right, so. All right, nobody's got it. All right, let's go to international amateurs. So we have a good relationship with Alejandro Alvarado and Juan Rivera. And they're both really good 5-star potential. So um, we're going to go ahead and offer him a contract. I think we can offer both, but it'll probably end up we're not able to actually keep both. So I think we have $600,000 left. Cool if you could download this on a PlayStation as well, like make it a desktop and PlayStation game, just in case you wanted to make a bigger storylines to MLB. Yeah, like that's like stuff like that would be cool because like you have the in-depth statistics and stuff like that. If it would just like this game is not hard to run on a computer. So what it tells me is that it would not be hard to get MLB the Show to go because like all you would have to do is like you have all this, and then all you have to do is just get it to correlate to like the actual player that you play in the game. Um, like that this actual like mechanism here where I'm going through all this stuff is I think is very possible for a PlayStation game to be able to manage. Um, Obviously, like it would be easier on a PC to have a mouse and all these different things to click, but it could very well make all of the levels of baseball and have all of this data in and it not break. I mean, it's just text. Like, it's not. I feel like the technology's there, and I think that's the problem. I feel like the technology is good enough to have aspects like this in a essentially like a AAA game, like a game that's built by a big company. I feel like they would be able to do it. Um, they unfortunately, or I think it's just laziness and knowing that they don't actually have to go and do it to continue to sell a game. It's the same thing as like why Madden never really gets better, or all right. So we got Alejandro. So we're gonna offer him. One, two, three, 4, 5. It's all we have, brother. We actually don't have any space on our roster. Why do we keep getting these? Why do we keep claiming players? We need someone with a minor league contract. And at least for me, it gives you a deeper kind of like, I don't want to say investment into baseball, but it just makes you pay attention to like, I remember this random guy. And it's like, you kind of know. For me, it's like, I always play the Cleveland Guardians almost all the time. So like, I kind of just you get a deeper knowledge of like the farm system, which is, all right, I unfortunately cannot sign you because I don't have enough money. So, what we could potentially do, I don't think we're going to be able to, yeah. Mm-hmm. Maybe Ricky. Well, I usually found the international is, can usually, oh, okay. Usually get about 2. It's not always. We can't get Rivera. Can't get Ricky. I don't think we can get him. Offer him. Need some. Bob Rivera. What a name. All right, so we're going to put him to the lowest level. And then All right, do we have any money left? Okay, we're done signing. We're at 100%. No, we're not at minor. I'm like, why can't I add these people? So we're not at whatchamacallit, spring training. There we go. Spring training roster. All right, so we have so many good players. All right, bring both these guys up. And then all right, we don't need him to be a follower. I don't know why it likes to do that sometimes. All right, John Boyle. No, who is John Mitchell? We need to put him in the starting rotation. And then where's our other Mario? Maybe we throw Wilkinson into there. Now we can look at the lineups. So this is where I can really manipulate things in spring training, get guys some forced development in different positions. So I did that last year, so with left and right field. So some of these guys should be, yeah. So I did most of these guys. Pause. So that means we're going to go here and there. Amerson is able to play everything. Oh, Jace. We're letting DH for the spring training. And then he's first and third. So we'll let him go to short, maybe. Play short, right? So we're going to put him in left field. Where's left field? There we go. First, third, left. Put him in right. Dean Gurley can play third and short. If you could play something like center field, that might be helpful. Could also give him some time at second base as well. So that's where you can make everyone a utility man. Let the AI do the rest. All right, go here. Has some potential at second. Has no potential at short. Yikes. Did he already play left field? No, not really potential at center. This kind of gives you ability to see where their potential is at different positions. So for someone like this, not really that great of potential in left field. Dean Curley, pretty good potential in left field. All right, so then shortstop's actually pretty decent, so okay there. Really just kind of only a first baseman, unfortunately. Left and right, he's okay. Third, first, so he's mostly a first baseman. So set his position to first. Get him out of the lineup. Kevin has some potential in the outfield, which is kind of nice to see. So we're going to put him at second now. Left center, Dean in right field now. Third and short. Put him in center. Left, right. No, Dean Curley needs to be in right. Kevin is going to second. And then we need someone to come to short. Yes, it doesn't really matter. CJ can come back to short. I think we're about good on those guys in their shortstop development. So he's not very good in center. It's okay potential in left field. So we go ahead and move him to left. Go ahead and move him to right. Dean left, center, right. Now we can put him at second. Kevin has a lot of potential at second, so that third. Is he not learning center field? Or left field? That's actually crazy. He's just not learning left field. Who would have thought? Left, right. Second, third, short. So Kevin Made is turning out to be kind of a utility man as well. He can play every position, has potential at every position, which is kind of cool. A defensive beast. So he's done developing for now. Dean's in a similar boat. Just need to put him at third. So we're almost done with our spring training development. There's actually a full 3-star starting pitcher, which is kind of interesting. Alright, so he is not really able to play many positions. He's not really very versatile. Dean Gurley, on the other hand, second, third, play every position besides really center, but he could be thrown out there. We'll have to see what we do with him in AAA as he continues to develop. Alright, we'll just let the AI figure out our lineup there. Then figure out the rest of the year as we go. Jose's down to 2 stars. And we move on from Jose, unfortunately. On hill dipped a little bit. We still have too many people. We still have too many people. All right, Khalil Watson taking over at third. Oh, do I really want him up here? I guess he's kind of a utility man, so yeah. Why is he on waivers? My goodness. A starting pitcher on waivers. Alright, we're gonna go crazy on waivers. We probably don't get any of these guys, to be honest, though. I don't know why there's high potential guys. How do we get all four of those guys? That's actually crazy. Alright, so we have to make room on the 40 man for him. Not sure we're gonna do that. Mm-hmm. We have 6 spots. We didn't even need to make that trade. Hmm. Okay. Oh my goodness. Our pitching is actually kind of busted. All right, let's see if we have a good team this year. There's some interest in Angel Martinez, who regressed a little bit, but we also have enough pieces to replace him pretty easily. Nothing too crazy. I get Adley Rushman for way too much money. If you want to eat his contract, we'll certainly take him. Yeah, I don't really want Adley that bad, to be honest. Or do you have Logan O'Happy? What's crazy is we actually have like a 3.5 star guy in AAA, just chilling. Minnesota seems to be having a good start this year as well. What I'm actually gonna do now, so I'm curious because it's starting to get a little bit clunky. Clicking around the game, so I'm gonna save, exit out, and then come back in to see if that kind of smooths things out. Um, my other theory is that it's related to the being in season, just more moving parts. So we have it saved. I just need to let it close out. Just don't need them. We just have so many spots filled. Like he's like a good player, good everything. We just don't have a spot for him. Oh yeah, it's moving a lot better now. So if it does slow down, I just have to exit out and go back in, and then it's fine. Yeah, that kind of stings. 5 to 6 months for that guy. Seems like everyone's getting hurt now. All right. Oh yeah, it moves. It's moving a lot better. All right, so bring Sam back up. He's pitching pretty poor. Pretty poor, so we'll go ahead and bring them up. Go ahead and demote him. Bring Angel back. Khalil's popping off. As this is coming out party. Is he gonna pop off this year? Oh, our team's doing bad though. Let the AI fix our lineups, maybe. He immediately got hurt again. That's actually hilarious. So I can't imagine our team's actually that bad. Alright, so we're at May 6th. We're gonna look at minor league roster. He's only 22. He's just not developing, though. Or he doesn't have the potential to develop, I should say. Team's kind of struggling. A little bit scary, although the whole division is... We're not far back, which is nice. For as bad as we're playing right now. Maybe we stink this year. There we go. We're getting some guys back. We're playing a bit better. I don't like him. What? What did that guy do? I hate that man. I guess he's not good for the clubhouse. Low on effort. Low on loyalty. Hey, you know what? At least we found that out now. We get Mason Miller. Actually, insane contract. They really didn't like that man. 2 straight messages. I mean, our bullpen should be good. What's our ranking of our bullpen? Bullpen 4th. I think it's really good. So it's really just starters ERA that's been struggling. Um, Back to 500 though. At least our whole division is not. We're not falling behind like we would have last year. So our starting pitching. Our pitching has been the problem. Should we try to trade? All right. Exercises no trade clause. Kind of just hanging around 500. Maybe we figured something out. Here pitching. Ryan Walker is struggling. I think we try to trade him. We used to have Aiden Major in our system. Looks like he's not really developed into much. All right, see if we're going to be able to overtake the Tigers to get back in first. Last in the draft, as we should. Oh, he's a high school senior? No, he's college senior. Honestly, the draft is not too strong. I think we swing big and go for him. Grab the first baseman too. Risk it for the biscuit. Tomato Classe immediately on the trading block. I guess that trade worked out for us. I should do that here. We can look at our decision history. So CJ Kafis continues to be a good hitter. I had 306 last year. That was the best season ever. Allie Rushman on Detroit. Steven Swan's on San Francisco now. Slade's been in Colorado forever. Why does it say 2024? Was he injured for a while? Guess he was a free agent for a couple of years? Oh no, I'm looking at the wrong statistics. My goodness, that was weird. I'm also kind of looking at the wrong player. So I wanted to see not Slade, Sal. So he's just been on Baltimore since. All right. We're neck and neck with Detroit. So he's right in Columbus. He was 2.5 stars when we drafted him. So I suppose, a risky signing. But we also have him in AAA with 4-star potential. He actually went up a little bit. So, risky draft picks, they're older. You kind of hope they develop right away. But as we saw with, where is he at? With Mario, it can work out really well. We have a guy in AAA that hasn't quite worked out yet. We could actually honestly bring him up. But we have him. Put him in the bullpen. Care. Honestly, our hitting's pretty decent top to bottom. Like our lowest hitter being 220 is not too bad. Probably why we're actually overtaking first place. Nolan Jones. Well, we're pretty close. If Asbel has to start popping some home runs, but he might not have the power and then to get our whole lineup above 10. It's hard to get your whole starting rotation to have 10 wins, and it's hard to get all of your starting lineup to have 10 home runs or more. I've done it before, but 'tis difficult. Agner Portes been pitching well this year. Oh, really well, my goodness. 14-2. All right. Batting pretty well in AAA. We'll have John Mitchell have another chance. No limit. All right, what do you want? $1 million? I'll give you 1 year. I don't have any, actually, we don't have any money, Sam. Sorry, Sam. We're broke. All right, we have retaken first. Looks like pulling away a little bit from Detroit, but they're still within striking distance. So we're playing to our potential now, which is good. I was a little worried at the beginning of the year. We were like 20 and 25. So we might just randomly be cheeks. I feel like we just claimed this man. 70 contact. John Mitchell pitching pretty well. Mario continuing to struggle a little bit, but I think... As well, only batting 225. So we're close to September call-ups. So what we're going to do... Let's go to the... I'll put him on a rehab assignment because it will end up taking 9 days or 10 days or whatever. And then we can figure out who we want to bring up. So we're really good against right-handed. Play some of these guys on the injured list. So we have a 7-game lead now, so we can kind of... Yeah, so we have the ability to be much more conservative with what we're doing. And we just need a couple more days for some guys. They do not like John Mitchell being in our rotation. But I do. So I'm overriding them. Reduce the same thing, put him on a rehab assignment. Tore his hamstring, not good. He's 2 home runs this year, unfortunate. Alright, roster expansion. So we're going to go to our rehab guys. he's developing. Let me bring him up. Wow. That guy's been a beast this year. My goodness. It's the second year in a row CJ's lost his starting lineup position. It's actually kind of funny how that works. All right, so we're in September. All right, we'll bring back Tanner. Mark Church hasn't had any starts this year, so we'll see how he does. Travis Bazzani as well. 27 home runs this year. Alright, Dean Curley can go back down. He got a taste of the show. Which means that Bazzani can go back to first. Walker can go back to right field. Right field, I mean. Then and Al Hill's still batting 293, so it's kind of hard to take him out of the lineup with that. Is he better at shortstop? No. So what we're going to do is put Riley as DH, on Hill in left field. Improve our defense a little bit. Get our DH man there. We already clinched the division. All right. Let's actually look at our pitching to see if there's anyone. Drop down, probably him. What's his? 8 to 9 weeks. All right, well. Our team, actually, yeah, our team's basically the same records last year. I don't know. Do I really want to offer you an extension? Oh, yeah, I forgot. I have no money. I was like, I don't mind resigning him, but we actually have no money. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to take him off, but Lawrence on. All right, see if we can actually get to the next one. We're up 2-0. We sweep. Oh, it's big. Right, that's who we were missing, was Lawrence Butler. Make the decision a little bit easier for us. Go to here. Alright, we're going to put him back at short. We're going to take CJ back out of the lineup. Put Lawrence in. Swap them spots. And our team got a lot better all of a sudden. Especially look at our average dropped a little bit, our ERA dropped a little bit, we scored less runs and gave up less runs. So I would say net positive, we're probably a better team. First, second. We need someone to play. I don't know, first, second, third. Ew, that's what Khalil was doing. Alright, let's go here. Alright, so unlike last year, we actually made it into the next round. Lost the first game. On a way to getting our butts whipped. Hey, let's jump in, see if we can go a 4-0 sweep. Not looking good for us. Alright, desperation time. I mean, winning a playoff series, making the playoffs is always nice. Playoff series win is also nice. Obviously, getting to the World Series is the goal, but consistently winning 90 plus games, you always like to see. Gives up a home run, unfortunately. We intentionally hit. swung away at it. All right, we not working out for us. Wow, he stinks. Looks like our season's about done. Offense is getting shut down. Nope. Then we hit Calrelli. Trying to get him to charge the mound. All right, we need some. We need more than one hit, I think. I think so. I think it's gonna take more than one. They have Christian Yelich, and Brian Rocchio. Man, our team stinks. We're getting no hits. It's diabolical. Yeah, I think we're gonna get swept, unfortunately. Once we get some big action here. We get a guy on base. Another strikeout. Another nothing. Alright. Well, we have one more inning to try to get 4-5 runs. Probably not going to happen. Wow, we stink. We get shut out. What a performance. What a performance. Sweep the first series and then get swept in the second one. Well, we'll see if the Mariners are the ones that are able to win a World Series. Oh, they're gonna sweep them. Oh, they won 4-1. So, Mariners were just an unstoppable force. Chris Von Kirk. So our pitching coach retired. Fourteenth out of 30th. Not the best, not the worst. Might not have any money. Ooh, we don't have any money. We'll get our coach signed. Then we'll take a look at arbitration and stuff. Jeremy Jackson. Mason Miller, yeah, you're not that. I don't think anyone's gonna want him. Wow, the Yankees want him. Okay. Matt McLean. Go ahead and offer him a. What's a 1 year, $45 million? We want to give you 5 years. It's actually ridiculous. We can't afford that. This will be the most Guardians thing ever to trade him. Let's see what happens. My goodness, 80 power. His contract's bloated as well. So what we can actually do is save so much money. I don't really want that guy either. This will save us a lot of money. He can't play the field. He's pure DH too. guy's got 80 power as well. Maybe we go bombs away lineup. we just His average did drop 60 points. His home runs didn't drop too much. It's just 45. I mean, like, we just are not going to be able to afford him. That's just what it's going to come down to. But we're not going to give you money. You're going to give us money. I'll give you Larry. We would look like idiots, but a lot more money. Yeah, I mean, that's so much cheaper. So we're going to do 7 years, long term demand. That's way too much. Do 3. Is it in arbitration still? Set, yeah. Him having bombs is just hilarious. Yeah, the thing is too is we also have the Vice. Oh, he played one game at the majors. So I don't know why he's at our major league level. But we have guys who replace them. Like he batted 316 and he's 20, so he's a superstar. Jason Turio, 24, still young and still productive. 6 home runs less than last year, basically the same year, and played more games. Still have Travis Bazania, who had 11 more home runs than last year, similar batting average, 20 more RBIs. Still have Logan Ohape, who's 22, batted basically the same as last year, minus the less of an average. Lawrence Butler, superstar. Dylan Cruz, 35 home runs last year, 34 the year before. It's going to solidify that DH, potentially that first base spot, depending on where we want to do with Travis Bazania. But it also gives us flexibility. Khalil, 25 home runs. Like he might have just established himself as we moved on from Jose Ramirez. And we picked him up on waivers, and he's a pretty solid shortstop. Second baseman, so we probably get him to learn some other positions. We still have Angel Martinez, who still batted 272 last year. even though he dipped down to a 2-star for a little bit. So there's that threat of a regression. He did not bat well at the major league level last year, but he's also someone that like um, could just get him to potentially develop a little bit. Draft in the 4th round. So there's just I feel like it was stuff that we kind of needed to do, unfortunately. Yeah, Dylan Cruz. So saved a lot of money, which means that could potentially bring Sam back. We have a lot of potential pitching, though. I'm not going to worry about all this until the next time that I stream. But how did he do? How many starts did he get? He only had 3 starts, so not enough to really be able to tell. But still have a lot to figure out. Still a lot to do. But let's look at manager history. So 5 less games won than last year, a little bit worse. But also going to look at the decision history. We can see, what's going to eventually happen with that. But Matt McLean, now he's on the Nationals. Clay Holmes, he's still pitching. Good for him. Did not pitch well last year, but he's still pitching. CJ Abrams, he's good for like 19 home runs apparently. 14 to 20 home runs a year. Christian Scott pitched pretty well for Texas last year. He was just injured, so moved on from him. We still got Cade on our team. Riley, we just traded. And, I feel like the 18 home runs, 265 average is good in the outfield, but I feel like he's overvalued at that 4-star, where you can kind of get that production from other people. That also at that pay rate is just, it's hard to justify that. And this is probably the last year, really, because he's probably going to regress at some point to where we would have been able to actually trade him. CJ Capus has been like our biggest thing that we missed out on, I guess. But he just is a left fielder, first and right field. So, he's gonna be really expensive when they sign him. Brian Rocchio, he's been productive for Seattle for years since we traded him there. Slade's been pretty productive. Alejandro Ozuna, good for him. It's like some of these guys, like, we wouldn't ever be able to figure out spots. Like Bo Naylor, we weren't going to find a spot for him. We've improved that position a lot. Wilmer, I don't even remember this guy. I guess we traded him at some point to Washington, but he's developed. Michael Kennedy, like, that was Rule 5. Like, nothing we can do about that. Adley Rutschman, he was not good when he was with us, but he kind of had a resurgence. But also, we have Logan O'Hoppe, and then Shane Bieber. That was really early on, but we actually had him back 7-1, but then his elbow exploded. Still, the Matt McLean trade's been really good. I feel like this one, hopefully age is okay. I mean, it could look really bad, but he had that really good year. He dipped back down in average. I feel like he's not gonna dip back up and be that productive. Plus, with how expensive he is, and that's something we have to always consider, is how expensive these guys are, and being able to manage that. It's difficult. It's difficult to continually manage that. But we had another 90 wins. So let's actually look at the accounting and see. So our current budget is $300 million. So we'll see if we're able to increase that to do well. It seems like our attendance is pretty good every year. Yeah, our budget's gone up every year because we've been good every year. I feel like, oh, that's probably projected. Yeah, so we've made more money every year as well. So first year we made 180 million to 190. That was, or 242 to 285 to 310 to 320. So currently, I guess we've made 118 million this year. But I mean, we're pretty good. Like since I've taken over, we've been over 500. Or we're at 500, and the budget has gone up every year as a result. Our attendance has dropped a little bit actually, so it dropped 200,000. So we actually want to go back. So that's actually what I wanted to see. So let's go to finances. We can go to 47.50 for a ticket and let it sit there, and then hopefully we can push this attendance above 3.5 million. That would be cool. But yeah, I think it's time for me to go lift weights for a little bit, eat some dinner. Staff cohesion, they're not happy. They ain't happy. Hey, but that's all right. That is all right. So we're gonna go ahead and save, but that's gonna be it for now. Talk to you all in the next one. Deuces.